And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If I'm a little out of breath, it's because I just did some push-ups. Needed to get the blood flowing before I started here today. Thanks for being tuned in, guys, for a live session of the mining market signal. Without further ado or any kind of intro scrolls or anything else, you've been waiting long enough. Let's go straight into the Fear and Greed Index. Yeah, I'm really short on breath, guys. Fear and Greed Index, been on a roller coaster lately. We hit an all-time low, or not quite an all-time low, back down to the low of 10 on a scale of 1 to 100. What does that mean? That means that we've been in extreme fear for a little while, and we moved all the way up past 25 into just fear. We're back in extreme fear now with a measurement of 20. And what does this mean, right? Let's take a look at some of the explanation on measuring fear and greed and why they even bothered to do this at all. Well, extreme fear is a bit of a counter indicator, right? When everybody else is fearful, it might be a good opportunity to buy. Might be a good opportunity to jump in and take advantage while others are afraid of what's happening in the markets. And then on the flip side, when investors are getting too greedy or when everybody else in the market is getting too greedy, it might be your opportunity to reevaluate what you're doing and say, you know what, I'm going to step out of this. If everybody else has got dollar signs in their eyes, like literally everyone, and you're going the direction of the crowd, something's off. Guys, that's real talk. That's why I've been making the sort of like somewhat bearish chia content that I have. It's using this counter indicator. When everybody else was FOMOing in, I said, you know what? That's not really the best way to approach it. We should probably instill a little bit more realism, right? Realistic optimism into the audience. You can be optimistic and that's fine. But if you're not realistic in any way, then you're going to get wrecked. And that happens with people every single market cycle. Let me know in the comment section, how is, or in the chat, how is my audio right now? Because I get the sense, looks like my chat dashboard is not enabled. Guys, are you seeing this okay? Give me a heads up, okay? Because I'm not seeing my chat dashboard working right now. And I want to be able to interact with your live comments, your live chat as we go along here, guys. Getting good feedback. The thing's working all right. There we go. Yeah, crazy. Chump Change, thanks for tuning in, man. Really appreciate that. First time I'm seeing you in the scene. I apologize. We can take a look at some of your content here, guys. For the benefit of my audience, guys, if Chump Change is here, then please go and support other creators as well. You see him in the live comments there. Go ahead and check out his channel and give him a sub, right? We got to support each other right now, especially while things are going good. We got to grow, right? We got to grow. All the creators have got to grow as fast as possible because once we get back into a bear market, and it's not a question of if, but when, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for us to muster the views that we get right now. Like those of us who've lived through it a couple of times, we know we need plenty of momentum, we'll say, to power through when things start to flatten out instead of going downhill and coasting, right? We need a lot of momentum. So go support other creators in the space. Chump Change is here representing in the comment section. So go ahead and throw that sub his way. Yeah, guys, just wanted to ask about the audio compression. I've been told in the past that like my breathing is too heavy. And so I did a couple of adjustments to OBS and now I feel like it's peaking too much. And so I kind of need to set a compressor on it. I haven't quite dialed that in yet, but you guys are saying it sounds good enough. I'm going to take it at your word. Sounds good enough. Then jump back out of the way here though, guys. Again, we use this. I check in with this because I think it's a really great indicator, a really great counter indicator. Whatever the direction it is, if it's low, that tells me, cool, my dollar cost average strategy is working out. I'm in a good place. If it's really, really high, that tells me, you know what, I probably need to probably need to average out of a few of my positions within cryptocurrency or just reevaluate what I'm mining at that time. That may be what I need to look at. So yeah, just pay attention to what's happening here with fear and greed. What people are doing, what people think and believe in this respect is usually more powerful than what they say on social media. And you know, when you take it in the aggregate, when people say in social media, then you can start to get a sense for what they actually feel, right? Some people on whatever go on to crypto Twitter and say like, oh no, all my longs, all my shorts, I'm underwater. It's like, okay, got it. You want to pretend like you have a trading account that has like $5 million in it. Oh, cool. Like that sounds awesome, but we can't really verify that. Yashnik, thanks for showing up there in the comments, buddy. Good to see you. Also, let me do some shout outs here, guys. Adrian, thank you for being there. Jay, thank you. Rufin and Reza, thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here live. Sam, always a pleasure. And Kevin, thanks for being here, guys. Lakeland, Florida. He's waving from Lakeland, Florida right now. It's awesome. So, guys, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you sharing this video and hitting the like button, too. But let me get back into this content here, guys. Figure Index, we're back down to 20, down from 27. I think that's, to be expected with the latest news. Let's take a look at our profit mining, our GPU mining profitability per card. And I want to check out, first off, this GPUs tab, show you guys exactly what this is all about. Now we've got, oh, hey, Dakar, saying hello from Africa. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. But we've got on this list and this lineup here over on the far tab, it shows us a stacked ranking of various GPUs. And right now, the top of the stack is the RTX 3090 at about $5.52 per day at 10-cent power. But as you guys know, I like using 12-cent power. Why do I use 12-cent power? I use 12-cent power because the national average in the United States is actually closer to 14. That's the median average. So there are going to be people who pay more than that. I know it sounds crazy if you're mining at home, but people who pay more than 14 cents per kilowatt hour at home in places like California can be upwards of 25 cents per kilowatt hour. It is totally gouging. It's really, really bad. So just kind of be aware of that. When What to Mine lists 10 cents per kilowatt hour as the baseline, I just don't buy that. I don't believe that. I think for anybody who's mining at home, that's not realistic. You're going to be paying somewhere closer to 12 or 14 cents per kilowatt hour, right? Chump Change is saying in the comment section that describes him. You get gouged in certain markets. Oh, he says close to 22 cents. Ooh, hold on to those profits when you get them, man. Nemesis, good to see you down in the comment section, man. We got to do this show live, I think, soon. We had said that last time. Got to do it next time, right? Third time's a charm, right? But we'll get through this one and there you go. And cryptid YTH with cryptid wife. Sorry guys. I don't know how to read his name. There aren't enough vowels for me. I'm turning into a boomer. But he says thumbs up or banhammer. Hey, I can get with that. Thanks. Appreciate it. Reza's saying that in Virginia it's 11.9 cents. Hey, that tracks. So guys, that's why I use the 12-cent power rate that I do. I think that 10 cents is kind of pie in the sky for a lot of people who are mining at home. Hey, Cryptid Youth, thank you. Thanks for spelling it out for me, man. I'm sorry, I was struggling there. Legit. Too many push-ups, I guess. Not enough oxygen to my brain. Just went out to the shoulders and pecs. Nem is getting 6.2 cents per kilowatt hour right now. Bro, guys. Feel free to send your stuff over to Nem if you want to. Yeah, but hey, CryptoJuice, here's the thing, man. I don't specialize in reading truncated English, right? I read a lot of books. I hope it's okay. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of blog posts. I read a lot of like journals and things that people write professionally, trying to observe the grammar rules of English that we tried to decide upon 50 years ago, and then we all gave up on. But I'm classically trained, one of those old dogs. I think I can learn a new trick though, so appreciate that. All right, guys. But stacked ranking, 3090 is top of the list. Bottom of the list is the Radeon R9 380. Wah! Team Red is very bottom of the list, but this is an old card, guys. Let me jump out of the way here. I mean, you'd expect that it wouldn't be profitable even at all anymore, right? So 34 cents per day, roughly, give or take, with ETC, Vertcoin, and then Ergo on that short list. It's kind of reordered. Normally, we would expect to see some kind of Ethereum on the list here, but not so with some of these lower spec cards with less than 4 gigs memory or at 4 gigs. And the 3080 has 4 gigs. It was kind of a big deal for its time. There were a lot of cards that were only like say 2 gig cards at the same generation, right? The same time frame. So to be able to see these cards still getting any love at all, being able to mine anything at all, still a big deal, guys. So the 1050 Ti is second from the bottom, 38 cents per day. Not bad, but that's with Bitcash, Raven, and Z Classic. Wow, didn't expect to see that. Guys, there's something about this lineup that I want to kind of fess up to also. I was thinking about switching to this, and then I realized they're not using the same averages that I like to use. I like to use 12-cent power, and I also like to use between 3 and 7 days average for the money and average difficulty. And you guys have seen me do that in the past. Let me jump back over to my sheet and show you exactly why. NotYoBiz says, how many mega hash per second for the 380 on Ergo? You missed it. Sure, we'll take a look again real quick. Let me jump back over to the GPUs, go to the very bottom there. And I don't know if it actually tells you. So it doesn't give you full performance numbers here. It just, it boils it down into whatever the top hash rate is there. So on this one, it's ETH4G, and that's why Ethereum Classic is very top right there. But they just distill the information down to the performance figure on the number 1 coin. So you know what it needs to benchmark for. And then it shows you the coins, right? And then just boils it down to the profit, right, of the top slot right there. So yeah, I don't really love this layout either, guys. NotYoBiz is saying in the comment section, oh, okay. Yeah, for me, it's kind of like, all right, it's okay, but it's like good enough, I guess, for at a glance information, but I don't think it gives us quite as much as we want, right, to make really good decisions. So going back over to the GPU slot here, or GPU tab there, if I take that same 380 and now it populates everything here, shows me exactly how it can perform. So yeah, now ETH4G, it shows me that it's 19 mega hash per second, but then it also shows me the other figures for things like X25X, which is going to be necessary for other coins that it listed before. So also with 12-cent power, and now we can do a filter on the volume for the coin that we want to return results for. If it has less than 5 Bitcoin of daily trading volume, we can cut it out of the list. So it doesn't even bother us in the results. I mean, you figure if you've got a coin that has less than 5 Bitcoin of daily trading volume, then everybody who watches this video, even if we all mined this same coin and then we all dumped our daily earnings, we would move the market together. And I mean, this is not even like a really, really big channel, right? But if just the few hundred people who wind up watching this video when all is said and done, maybe a few thousand views here, if we all just mined some of these coins that had less than 5 Bitcoin in daily volume trading, and we just dumped, even at the end of the week, we'd wind up doing crazy market fluctuations, and we would strangle the golden goose, right? Or the goose that lays the golden egg, because we'd be like, oh, well, I got to pay my power bills and stuff. And then over time, we can't mine those coins anymore, right? Because the value just like bleeds out of them because of the way that we market dump in order to pay those bills. So mining and holding is great, or mining and being able to use your Ethereum, for example, inside of DeFi is great if you can do it. And without like market dumping and causing massive fluctuations by dumping hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of coins at a time. It's just part of the balance, right, of mining and being responsible and keeping it an okay place to continue mining, right? Continue doing some kind of business. Top of the list here is actually when we adapt our list for profitability and difficulty for revenue of 7 days instead of just 24 hours. Vertcoin takes the lead for the 380, not the Ethereum Classic, right? So a little bit different. Hey, Gandhi's Flip-Flop says he hasn't sold a single coin he's mined yet. That's awesome. Seriously, that's really, really awesome. Great when people are able to do that. But just wanted to show you here that when we look at the difficulty for revenue over time, that it can tell a very different story, right? That other tab just doesn't give us quite enough information to be able to make a good decision about where to change our rigs to if we want to just set it and forget it for like a week, right? It's kind of counterintuitive. Its defaults are not particularly good. So what to mine if you're watching, if you're taking feedback from this video, please set the defaults to be either 3-day or 7-day averages, not 24-hour profit. It just doesn't tell the full story, right? That's how we get these weird like spikes and these weird like meme coins like Dubai coin that was most profitable for 1 day. That's just a joke, right? And we all realized that it was just a joke. But for somebody who's just tuning in to your website and uses the 24-hour filter, they're going to see something like Dubai coin, go and quickly set up a wallet, maybe an exchange wallet, and then they're going to mine to that coin, pull hash rate away from like Ethereum or Ethereum Classic or some project that maybe deserves the hash rate, or that would be that would serve that miner better over time because their coins won't do this, right? Like this sharp falling off a cliff, sharp dump. It would just be better if we saw some averages and had that be put forward as the default and then let people actively switch to 24 hours. Just my take on it, guys. That's my approach. It doesn't have to be everybody's, of course, but there's a reason that I advocate for that. And I think it's really important. Guys, let me know in the comment section right here, live chat. What do you think about that? Would you shorten the time frame and have it just stick with 24 hours? Or do you kind of prefer it 3 or 7 day the way I do? Because I know I like it, but I haven't really asked you guys directly if it's your jam too. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments section down below. So yeah, Cryptid Youth says, I chased coins back in the day, never chased profit over 24 hours to 3 days for sure. Hey, I agree with that. That's why I like the 7-day average. I think it works well. So guys, that's the 380. Let's go to the Fury, first HBM card ever popularly used for mining. And scrolling down, is it still relevant? Appears that it is on Ravencoin. 54 cents of daily profit at 12-cent power. And that's an average of 7 days. Looks like though that's in the stacked ranking right there. That may just be average of difficulty that it's sorting for, that it's filtering for. Looks like Vertcoin is actually higher in daily profit though, at 78 cents. So that's kind of cool. Crypto Man says longer time frame seems more honest to miners. Hey, I appreciate you saying that, because that's something that really drives me on this channel. I try, guys, when I'm publishing my media and it's not like paid reviews where I'm being asked to evaluate something, and even then, like, I'm trying to be as truthful as I can and look as closely as I can at those projects, even when it's a paid review, and just say like, all right, let's lay this thing, naked on the operating table and let's autopsy this little guy, right? Like, let's figure out exactly what's going on here. That just makes more sense to me. Sure, I could be accused of shilling. Any of us could, right? When we're involved with a coin that we think maybe has some income potential, but I'm trying. It means a lot that you said that, man. Really, really appreciate that. So, let's check out not the Fury, jump into a 4 gig card. Let's jump straight to the 570, not the 470. We'll just pretend like the 570 represents a little better what the performance possibilities are, because we know you can alter VBIOS on the 400 series Polaris cards. Scrolling down, looks like at the very top of the list is Vertcoin. I did not expect this, guys. Vertcoin is coming up right now. I don't know what's going on there. So I think we might single out Vertcoin in just a little bit, and we might have to add it to the portfolio. I don't think it's on the portfolio right now, which I feel kind of bad about, but when we get to our portfolio, we'll change that. But Vertcoin, top of the list. We got Ergo with the Autolycos algorithm, and then Ravencoin in a relatively distant third away from that top slot right there. Guys, as you know from episodes that you've seen in the past, I tend to just gloss right over anything from NiceHash. Personally, I think you should be mining native coins, and if you want Bitcoin profits, just go get Bitcoin profits yourself by going to exchange. I don't think that we should be aggregating our hash rate in that way. Speaking of aggregating hash rate, guys, have you been hashing for SAVAGEMINE? You'll see down in the description of this video all the relevant links that you can use to either hash over on ethermine with one of your Ethereum rigs, or maybe even just one card, guys. Anything is going to be helpful. But over this weekend, we've got a really big push to help raise funds for SAVAGEMINE. The creator, SAVAGEMINE, if you don't know him, but I'm pretty sure most of you do. Most people watching this video would know SAVAGEMINE. But SAVAGEMINE is a creator in the space who does mining-related content, was very instrumental in helping the Conceal project, hashtag CCX, very helpful to the Ravencoin team, not directly, but indirectly by doing media like this, independent media like this. Also very helpful to the FLUX team and to the Aion team. And right now he's going through a bit of a personal health struggle. And so most of us in the GPU mining content community, we're pulling together resources, and we're asking you to do the same. If you can spare some hash rate, throw it that way. Details are in the description. If you want to just donate, you see various different coin donation addresses there. Or if you're more flush with fiat, right? If that's what you're willing to part with, there's even a GoFundMe down below that you can use to contribute to a fund that's going to go directly to SAVAGEMINE. Nobody else is a middleman in this effort. All of this is going to SAVAGEMINE and his family, to be directed by his family for their needs right now while they're going through a really difficult time. I'm not at liberty to disclose anything specific about SAVAGEMINE's condition, but it is a medical condition that is not good. It's not good. So they could use our help. They could use our support. And let's be real. We take care of our own. We can do this, guys. This is easy. This is easy. Like a few cards, a full rig, point your whole mind to it over the weekend if you can. What does it hurt, right? And we know we're helping somebody who has helped us in the past by creating content that helps us out. So definitely definitely appreciate your support there, guys. Just had to do that. It's really, really important. So, hey, Not Your Biz mentions that, yeah, mentioned some donations that they see there, guys. Again, appreciate your support there. And we're going to be, I know for my part, I'm going to be contributing over the weekend, and I'd encourage you to hash just as heavy as you can over the weekend, so we gain as much of the bigger slice of the pie right over the weekend before our designated agent, who again, disclosure, is not me. It is somebody from the crypto mining community, but it's not me. I don't have any access to funds. Oh, hey, Chump Change says hash for Savage and has sent me a super chat. Really appreciate that, man. Let's get that hashtag trending. It's already trending over on Twitter, guys. So anytime you can use that hashtag over on Twitter, you help out Savage, because you help make more of this content and this media discoverable as well. I think we're trying to get it hashing or tagging trending. Good grief, bro. Seriously, Cryptid Youth, I don't know what it is about this morning, but I am straight up boomerland right now. I'm not actually a boomer, but it's like, it's hitting me hard. Memory is just like shot this morning. I need more sleep or something. Got to start taking those naps midday. So, but we're trying to get that hashtag trending across social media, guys. Wherever you can use it, much appreciated. And if you can donate, definitely be generous, guys. This is a time of need for somebody who's helped us without asking anything in return, ever. Just made videos. Maybe he's asked you to subscribe, but he's never asked you anything else in return. So come on, let's give this guy a hand. All right, jumping back out of the way here. Again, Chump Change, thank you so much for that super chat. Really means a lot. But we've got Vertcoin at the top of the list there. I wasn't expecting that, guys, for 4 gig cards. Go to the 8 gig Polaris edition right there. And now we kind of start to see some more dominance for the Dagger Hashimoto algorithm. And we expect to see, like this, Ethereum at the top of the stack. Cryptid Youth says, man, guys, live chat, you guys are hitting me in the feels this morning. I don't know what it is, but it's like straight. I need a Wojak, like augmented reality mask, because I'm like feeling everything you guys are putting down here. Cryptid Youth says, I love the community. I've been blessed by this community. I pay bills with my miner, but I'm going to point my miner that way. Man, thank you. Right on. That's awesome. So Ethereum top of the list for the 8 gig Polaris cards at almost $1.33 per day. It got Vertcoin in kind of a distant second there at under $1. And then we've got Ergo even farther below that at almost 80 cents per day. So if you got that 8 gig card, obviously Ethereum is still the way to go. And if you guys have heard me in recent videos, I'm a huge advocate right now, if you are mining to ethermine, of taking your payouts on Polygon network, on Matic, so you can get micro payouts if you don't hit the typical Ethereum payout threshold. You can get your micro payouts every single day. So when we see market uncertainty like we do right now, if you want to peg directly to USD, you can. It's a lot easier to peg to USD. Or if you want to just flip into DeFi and start staking some kind of coins that you have interest in, the fees are lower on Polygon than they are on Ethereum, which I guess right now they're not they're not the highest they've ever been on Ethereum. But when it comes to using automated market makers or DeFi platforms, when you get into smart contracts with multiple hops, they do kind of add up. So your fees are still pretty high on Ethereum versus, say, Polygon, Matic. But that's why I'm a big fan of taking payments in Matic. I've been taking payments in Matic for several weeks now, and I really do think it was the best choice that I could have made recently. Didn't foresee myself doing that, but I love the flexibility of transferring stuff on Matic. It bridges back out to the Ethereum network very easily, and you can find videos describing that. Great videos from guys like Son of a Tech and others on YouTube. I won't rehash that here. But let's see. That's the 580. Jumping into HBM2 cards, Vega 56 at the bottom of the line. And there we go. We got our figures coming in right now. Autolycos is at the top of the stack with, unfortunately, NiceHash trying to tempt you over to the dark side. But you can mine natively, right? Guys, Ergo looks like it's going to be one of those players that after Ethereum mining goes away, it may be one of the more relevant projects. That and Ravencoin. They might take a lot of hash rate away from our rigs, right? Not like the giant farms or whatever else, but it might take a lot of hash rate away from our rigs over to these coins. Could be Ravencoin, could be Ergo. You tell me, guys. You feel strongly? You feel some kind of way about either one of those projects? Talk to me in the comments section. Let's hash that out as we go through this as well. I'll just go over some of these vitals for the market right now, and we'll come back to it, though. So there's Ergo, though, very high on the list for Vega 56 cards. And alrighty, so And NotYoBiz mentions in the comment section that Vegas can hit more like 190 to 200 mega hash per second, 207 mega hash per second, depending on how patient you are. Reference cards are the hardest to tune. No idea why. You know, Vega cards are pretty amazing, and the Radeon 7 always comes. I mentioned it as the top of the line for the Vega cards, and it still is in like the top two. On the other breakdown, where we see like the 3090 in the number one slot, the Radeon 7 winds up being number two consistently. It is such a high performance card, and HBM2 memory is so high performance, so high throughput that it rivals GDDR6 and GDDR6X. Guys, HBM2 was one of the best possible things to happen for mining, and I think it probably would be like stand to reason that it'd be one of the best possible things for gaming too. You got that ultra high bandwidth, so when you're able to like load scene files in, you shouldn't have problems with like offloading textures from video RAM into the pipeline for your computer to show you, right? Push those pixels and show you on a display. So yeah, I'm kind of stymied as to why there isn't something along the lines of a third generation HBM card from AMD. I would love to see it, right? Wouldn't you guys love to see that? A third generation HBM card, sort of like a successor to the Radeon 7, instead of the 6000 series cards continuing with GDDR6. Wouldn't it be awesome? Anyway, I think it'd be super cool. Because yeah, HBM is kind of the unsung hero of the mining space right now. Vega 56, though, we see how the top of the list is Ergo, then Ethereum, and then Vertcoin kind of last. It looks like actually, yep, just so. All right, jumping over to the Radeon 7, also an HBM card. Going to scroll down. Yeah, so NotYoBiz. That's what I'm saying, man. Right, like a third generation. Even if it's not like, even if they just reuse HBM2 and they just get a more performant core. Hey, Daniel Keller, thanks for showing up in the comment section, man. He's saying Flux numbers are incorrect and do not show parallel mining on cross chains. Mining on Flux allows you to mine on parallel chains. Right now, that's BSC, ETH, Cadena, so about 30% higher than what to mine. He says what to mine is updating. That's awesome. Thanks for the update there, Daniel. That's very, very good to know. I wish I could do slightly more custom data here on what to mine. I'm not going to lie, man. It's just so much easier than creating my own custom spreadsheets right now. So that's kind of why I defaulted to this for now. But I'm looking forward to that update. Thanks for popping in to let us know that what to mine is going to be updating that soon. It'll be great to see you guys back in on the winner stand, right? The top three, first, second, third. So we'll see when that happens. But for right now, there you go, guys. Heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Flux is working on making sure that we have access to the best possible data here to make some good choices there. But that's the Radeon 7, guys. Radeon 7 is just killing it with that almost over $4.50 per day. DB Crypto, what's going on? See, thanks for the tag down in the comment section. Really appreciate that. And Crypto Youth says bought his Vega 56 back 3 years ago for $300. Was getting rid of it when he got his 3060 and got $700 for it. Felt bad for the bid going that high. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And NotYourBiz says, nah, 700 for a Vega in the right hands is fine. And I think he's totally accurate. Plenty of people who've been able to breathe new life into their Vega 56s and understand what they're doing with it, even like miners, and be able to recapture their costs without too much headache. Now, right now in the bull market cycle, guys, you've heard me say consistently that I do not think this is the time to go out and capitalize new gear, right? Like, I don't think this is the right phase of the bull run to go out and be like, you know what? I really like 15 new cards. Nah, man, you're going to we all know you're going to get gouged, right? We're seeing this. You're going to get gouged. You're going to really struggle to earn that money back before the market does what it always does. Returns to a bear, finds some support at whatever that price is moving forward, but returns to a bear, finds support, and then the industrial miners say like, okay, cool, we're really comfortable with this. We know what the network difficulty is. We know exactly what the price is, and now we edge out all the at-home miners. It happened last cycle too, right? And it happened the cycle before it as well. ETH mining was not profitable for a time, even though it was between the stock to flow model for Bitcoin. It ran its own cycle decorrelated, but we can see that is all I'm saying, guys. And the hash rate charts don't lie either. We see that in the historical data. But moving from the Radeon 7 into the 5600 and the 6700 XT models. So we got bottom of the line for the newest generation. Scrolling down, it's Ethereum all day. And then distant second is Ravencoin. It is just not nearly as performant. So yeah, kind of a big deal there. Ethereum still king, not a shock. Lion's share going to the 6000 series card there. 5700 XT and 6800 XT. Let's calculate for our profit over 7 days. Again, guys, 12-cent power. Ethereum, $5.87. We're almost at the $6 mark there. Lion's share going to the 6000 series card. Again, it's Ethereum all day with our second place. Basically, Ravencoin and Ethereum Classic following it again. As per Daniel's announcement over in the comment section, hopefully we'll see Flux get into that top 3 slot there. Maybe it'll be in the top 5 and catch our eye on the next installment of this show. Let's go with our efficiency plays: 1060, 1660, 2060, and 3060. Guys, we got the 3060 Ti here as well, but I'm going to leave that one off to the side. And I don't know whether or not What2Mine is going to show the low hash rate designations for any of the Team Green cards. I've been asked to create custom profiles with the custom profile tool here, logged in after creating an account for What2Mine, and found that for whatever reason, the database that was corresponding to my account did not take updates to custom profiles that I wanted to install. So that has not happened yet. I apologize. I do want to do that in the future. So feel free to reach out, whatever. Hit me up in the email that's listed in my account or on Twitter and let me know what numbers you've been able to get best out of low hash rate cards, LHR cards. We'll go ahead and add custom profiles in the future. But for right now, with those efficiency cards, let's calculate at 12-cent power. And again, Ethereum all day, happy to see it, but Conflux displaces any of the other coins like Ergo and Ravencoin. Jumps straight to the number 2 slot and pretty soundly rejects the other two. They're below $5. It's above $5. But that octopus algorithm doing just fine on those high efficiency cards from Team Green. Going from the high efficiency cards, going to the top of the line instead, let's go with 1080 Ti, 1660S, 2080 Ti, and 3090. So if we're if we want to spend on the thick boys, do thick boy spending on the thick boy cards, then this is the direction we go. Gandhi's Flip Flop says, smash that like, peeps. Give Seth some channel of, hey, I appreciate that, Gandhi's Flip Flops. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm just going to say, like, you don't have to do what he said, but it'd be cool if you did. So Ethereum still at the top of the stack with about half of that hash rate going to the 3090. It's an extremely high performance card based on the other profiles that are listed there, especially with the way that What2Mine lists the hash rate performance. Let me deselect the other ones, and you can see for the 1080 Ti, they only list 39 mega hash per second. Dioga Rosa says, wow, no 3060 Ti or 3070 on thick boys? Man, I could do a whole separate video just on thick boy cards, couldn't I? Stuff that is supposed to be 2 slot, but is actually like 2.5 slot, or stuff that is supposed to be 2.5 slot, but it's really 3 slot, or like, yeah. These cards are crazy these days, man. They're crazy. All those the riserless boards that we have, like, useless, basically, because all these new cards. But anyway, so the numbers here are not ideal, guys. And again, I know that it's not ideal, but this is a fast way to represent the data. And you look at that. So 1080 Ti shows the 39 mega hash, 3090 shows 114. It's a significant jump up when you get to that 3090. So that's why almost half of this is going to go to that 3090. All right, guys. Whew. Take a breather. Comb your hair. Let's get back into our portfolio because we now know the numbers. All right. So our portfolio is over on CoinGecko. I do not have the links to it in the description of this video this time. Cryptid Youth is calling me out as he's calling me out as a LARPer chia bear. I'm not really against chia. I'm not really against chia mining. I'm just trying to get you guys out. Remember, scared money don't make money. I'm trying to make people scared though. All right, so go into that portfolio. And let's do the drop down to GPU. And, GPU total PNL is negative 34.37%. Yikes. Pretty rough. When Bitcoin is at the top of our list because it's wrapped Bitcoin, that we can take our Matic payout Ethereum to swap for quickly, or we can go and get wrap Bitcoin on like Uniswap or something with Ethereum. When that's our highest performer, we got some problems, right? We definitely have some problems, or something's definitely wrong in GPU mining profitability. Conceal is very, very high as far as a pure GPU mineable coin, though, outside of wrapped Bitcoins. Below that, Ethereum, and then Flux, holding pretty steady there. If we want to call this our top three, then the third place right there is Flux. So, Daniel, if you're watching, we're proud of you, man. Keep up the good work. Conceal is at 16.74% negative in the red, kind of a bummer. Ethereum is far below that. Flux is below 25% dip. It's a real bummer. Polygon also dipping hard over the last week, almost at the dollar mark. So I don't know. If you're into the whole like unit bias thing and you're like, well, I want a coin that has a cheap unit amount. Hey, it's only $1. It's only $1. But then again, so is Flux. Flux is only like under 12 cents. So if you need more than one full coin, these are really cheap coins. That's not something that should affect your decision to be in a certain coin, though, right? Like not the coin price itself, but whether or not that's going up or down in the future, right? Or has real world use. So anyway, just a word on unit bias there. Don't fall for it. Matic Aave interest bearing wrapped ETH. My gosh, that's a mouthful, right? But it should always reflect the price of Ethereum, give or take roughly by a few dollars. And it looks like it's about $5 lower than Ethereum is. So it's a few percentage points lower as well. Conflux over 30% dip. Ravencoin knocking on the door of 40% dip. So higher percentage dip there than before. Hexacorn says, feels good to have a whole coin, not gonna lie. Hey, you know, it really does though too. It is kind of cool to look at a balance and be like, all right, I got like whatever, I got like 1 million of those things. Yeah, so speaking of which, I did not tag Nerd Girl in that Telegram chat, by the way, because I want you to win. Hexacorn, I want you to win. I see you. So Mimblewimble coin is down pretty low, but Haven is still our lowest performing asset at 60% down. Ouch. Ouch. Not good. Yeah, really, really not good. I don't know what's going on with Haven there. It got so much love from investors, especially who said, hey, we really need something that's private by default and it allows for a private stablecoin. Here's the thing. Algorithmic stablecoins are not easy to sell. They're not easy to do right. And so when you have a project like Haven Coin or Haven Network that jumps into the fray and says, we're going to try it, it's messy. There's a lot of problems to solve. And they've had to deal with a lot of serious like arbitrage issues within their system. One dude jumped into their earliest swap system to go from Haven into XUSD and arbitraged himself like $50,000 worth of free coins in 24 hours before they caught it. And they were like, actually, this is good. This person is teaching us what to fix, right? So these aren't easy problems to solve. And I don't know what's going on here with the negative price action on Haven, but they corrected a lot of problems and a lot of investors jumped in and said, hey, we like this. So maybe they're getting some kind of an investor dump. Maybe there's a loss of confidence here. Maybe there's more money going into other projects and kind of flowing more towards Bitcoin dominance right now. It looks like right now, just based on their percentage, 45% dominance. That's up from before. It was only 40% dominance a few weeks ago, with Ethereum at about 20% dominance before. So maybe a flippening there in terms of dominance between Ethereum and Bitcoin. It doesn't tell the full story though, right? There's still more going on in DeFi on top of Ethereum than there is going on top of Bitcoin. So, the Bitcoin news, though, is huge, right? You can't ignore what's going on in El Salvador with their president basically giving a PowerPoint presentation to his citizens on A, how to use Bitcoin, and B, the fact that they're all going to get $30 of it for free, which for a country like El Salvador, a $30 airdrop is a pretty big deal from the government, especially when they say, like, it's in Bitcoin. We couldn't confiscate it if we wanted to. Like, just take it. You're free to do whatever you want with it, including like whatever, transfer it overseas or put it on an exchange or not use it at all. Like peg it to Tether. Man, I really am tired. I'm having my boomer day today, Saturday. I got to just go relax, have a life. But yeah, should I start like streaming video games? It's not really life, is it? Maybe it is. Tell me in the comment section, guys. Am I so much of a boomer that I can't just relax playing a video game? Whatever. Tell me. That's our GPU portfolio, guys. Want to go over to our hard drive portfolio. and from 34% to only 17% loss on hard drive coins. Again, MadeSafe coin is saving the day, being positive. It's one of two that's positive. We've got MadeSafe coin and Burst, both positive. Kind of a big deal there. In the comment section, we got DB Crypto saying BTC getting 2.5% volume gain from the drop. Cool. Let's see. Einsig says, I've been following a guy who decided to ditch Chia now in favor of multi-mining like 4 different capacity coins through a pool that he mentions there. Selling some of these coins seems hard though. Yeah, that's the thing about multi-mining coins on brand new projects and hard forks of projects like Chia Coin. You don't have a market yet. You don't even have a valuation yet because you're not listed on an exchange. So it's really, really tricky to go from something that has an established value and an established unit of account against something else, or a really good counter value against Bitcoin or something, and then just in a vacuum say like, well, we're forking them and we're going to give you airdrops or you can multi-mine. Like it doesn't work that way, guys. Nothing's free. These coins are not literally printed out of thin air when it comes to value. Even the meme coins like that simple, cool, automatic money scam. You guys see that one? Some guy did that over on PancakeSwap on BSC, and he did it as a meme. But over a weekend, he grew the paper value to like $70 million, and it looked amazing on paper. But he ran the numbers, and if he were to like try to exit scam with the coins that he had, because of the way that the market would have reacted on PancakeSwap, because of liquidity that was offered to him, by the time he was finished exit scamming, he would have only been able to like pull out somewhere between $10,000 and $20,000 worth of actual coin value, if that makes sense. So it's a far more complicated thing than us just looking at the values here and saying like, oh, cool, it's worth this much USD. Nope, totally not true. And we see that. And that's half of what Elon Musk was doing with that sell-off of the Bitcoin that he did, was just to see like, okay, you guys say it's worth this much. Is it really worth that much? Let's try it out. I'm going to try to like pull some value out of this thing. And in a way, it's really good he did, because it opened up a lot of people's eyes to the fact that this is all very delicate. It really, really is. We benefit most actually as small to mid-scale miners, because when we deal with coins that have much higher volume and liquidity, we don't move the market. We just enjoy, at face value, we enjoy what the coin values are. But if we mess with coins that have a very, very small market cap, or that don't have proper exchange listings and counter values, then we wreak havoc on them. We can absolutely move the market in one trade. To my shame, guys, I'll publicly admit, to my shame, when I lost faith in the Ether 1 project, when it was still very new, I did market sell all that I held from Ether 1. And I actually moved their coin price. And I feel very bad about that. But I've seen it firsthand, guys, and several of us have seen that with certain coins firsthand. It's delicate, right? It's very, very delicate. Got to be careful in this ecosystem. But Chia's still down. Whoa! What just changed there? 66% down. So it's still way down from when we put $1,000 in our paper portfolio tracker here. Let's see. Crypto Man says, who cares? Let them die. You know, to your point, sure, on some level. For me, I have a lot of conversations directly with developers and directly with leadership teams. Guys, in case you didn't recognize his name, Daniel Keller, who commented in our comment section here, is the CEO of FLUX, or you may remember it as Zellcash, right? So, like, I had a chat with these people. I know them. They're real to me, right? They've got a face. In some cases, like whatever. I'm aware of the fact that they have like a wife and kids and stuff, or I know roughly what they've sacrificed to be able to invest their time and effort into some of these coins. So I guess it becomes a little more personal on that level. So I'm like, I try to consider that. Then when it comes to projects like Chia, where it's like, yeah, they got $60 million worth of VC funds. Bro, I do not care. I could not possibly care less about what happens to the price of the coin. They already have $60 million worth of fiat money in a bank. They're fine. They're going to be just fine. No matter what happens to the price of the coin, they're fine. They already created their own golden parachute. Gonna make it. Yeah, they're gonna make it. We all gonna make it if we're founders of a coin like that and we have tens of millions of dollars of investor capital. So, mini rant over. That's our hard drive portfolio there. CPU portfolio. is Raptorium, top of the list, but it's down by 15%. And bottom of the stack is Wow Narrow, still kind of hurting right now, but it's at 22 cents, and it looks like 22 cents. I really want to evaluate that against Doge. Oh no, it lost dominance over Doge. So yeah, is that weird? Dog and meme coins talking about them dominating each other. It just sounds weird because now I think of my dog in the yard when a stray walks in and he's like, "Hey, we're friends," but not really. You have to be submissive to me. He's a weirdo. I think my dog has autism. But anyway, looks like Dogecoin is not. It's doing better, right? Doing a little bit better than Monero for now. But these are tiny market cap coins. $10 million in total, not huge, not even comparing to Dogecoin as far as that goes now in market cap. But still a meme coin and still the test net for Monero. Monero is in second place, but still not doing so hot, almost 25% down. And last but not least is our ASIC portfolio. Got some comments here on my last little rant though. Crypto Man says the sooner they're kicked out of the community, the better. iFinex has done enough damage. And then Cryptid Youth says golden parachute that lands in the ocean. Feels good to see somebody else making jokes about it. That's why I did the feels good guy. All right. ASIC coins, Bitcoin, of course, top of the stack. Bottom is Horizon. I'm still confused to see this, guys. I don't really know why, right? Because I don't think of Dash and Horizon as being peers in terms of value or innovation. Now, yes, Dash innovated with masternodes, and they made that a reality in the markets back in the day. What have they done lately, other than say that they're not really a privacy coin? Not much that I'm aware of. And then with Horizon, they did a lot more by way of enhanced service nodes that can be used later on that have to pass performance tests. So they're not just like passively holding a certain coin value and then saying, oh yeah, we do consensus for a blockchain. They do consensus and more. It's kind of cool to think of a system that allows for masternodes to provide a lot more value than mere consensus, because computers are cheap and performance is as cheap as it's ever been on servers and on various different VPS systems, private or public cloud systems. So being able to get a masternode that does more, pretty big deal. That's why I don't understand why Horizon is so low either. Pirate Chain is down pretty low. I'm just going to mention that right here. You look at this trend, guys, the 7-day trend, and look at this trend line on Bitcoin. Weird. Looks almost like a head and shoulders over here that goes down, channels down, and then spikes down or dips downward really sharp, and then comes back up, kind of plateaus there in a new range, dips down, and then climbs back up for a tiny little double top there. But look at this guy right there. In particular, that little formation there down. Decred has it too. Bytecoin has it. Zcash has it. Dash has it. Horizon, it's a little more choppy, but Horizon has it too. Pirate Chain? Where did the dip go? Why didn't the dip go? Why was it decorrelated from every other asset in the market? I look at things like this, and I saw this on a chart a couple of weeks ago, and it starts to make me think that something's not quite right there, either on atomic DEX within the Komodo ecosystem or within the early team, either at Pirate Chain or at Komodo. That shows me that there's a sugar daddy somewhere or a whale somewhere who just won't let it suffer, right? Just has to spoil their baby coin and just won't let it suffer the way everybody else suffers. Or worse, they may have automated market maker bots or auto wash trading bots that intentionally counter trade against the trend of the market, showing this really weird price inflation when everything else is hurting. I don't like it, is what I'm saying. It just feels off to me. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it just seems sus. That's the word. Yeah. Sus. You guys tell me in the comment section, what do you think of that? A little like weird formation there. A little like looks like almost like a head and shoulders. It's not quite. It's a triple top right there, but I don't really know what's going on there. Crypto Man says, interesting theory. Again, I'm not even going to posit a theory of it definitely being some kind of interference, but it does seem off. The pattern clearly doesn't match. I'm just going to leave it at that. You guys posit your theories down in the comment section. Tell me, what do you think it could be? Why do you think that could be the case? Other than like, Jeff Berwick, the Dollar Vigilante guy, who's a big-time Monero supporter and big-time privacy coin supporter. Maybe he pumped the price of Pirate Chain. Maybe he just promoted it a lot, and maybe that coincided with a market dip. Maybe it's entirely like uncontroversial and very simple and easy to explain. But you guys tell me what you think down in the comment section. Why would it have that weird shape to it? But that's our ASIC portfolio. Take a look at the cost to mine one Bitcoin today, guys, on an S9, right? Antminer S9. And the cost right now, you need to have 9.3 cent power to even be in the game. You got to be below that to be profitable. Right now at 3 cent power, it's $10,000 to make one. I don't think that's very likely. We've had one person in the audience who said that they get 6.2 cent power. Nemesis is doing awesome right there. So let's just say you've got your Bitcoin miner over at Nem's house. You're mining one full Bitcoin for $20,000. If we see an intense dip back into the teens for Bitcoin, then the Antminer S9, even on 6 cent power, which is really conservative, really great rate, right? It won't be profitable to run anymore. So the Antminer S9, we'll see. It might get shaken out of useful service, like useful duty, very, very soon. Don't know. But yeah, so that could be an issue right there. It's coming up soon. Let's take a look at the MicroBT What's Miner, the M20S, as our other model to evaluate. And right now, you'd be profitable on even 16 cent power. Everything below that is just gravy. Let's go back to our standard for at-home miners like us of 12 cent power, kind of a low average for the United States. And there, you're mining a full Bitcoin for $23,000. Again, not going to spread FUD here. I will say there are some technical analysts who are calling for a correction in Bitcoin, possibly even down to that level. So even the MicroBT, the What's Miner M20S, could be like the bare bones minimum in terms of efficiency for mining Bitcoin on an ASIC moving forward. But I don't know, guys. Not sure. I'm not a technical analyst. I don't do charts. And if I haven't told you lately, this is not legal business or financial advice. So DYOR. Be responsible for your choices. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Don't know if it's worth trying to acquire any kind of Bitcoin mining hardware right now. If you're tuning in and you're like, hey, we were considering it. If you're looking at this as a mid-size operation, not as a small-time miner, by all means, please do reach out to me. I do give much deeper insight than this when I work for clients as a consultant for figuring out how to structure your CapEx and how to project some of your operational expense and project some of your profits in this space, and doing custom work there to be able to put in a prospectus and for you to bring back to your investor groups. But at any rate, guys, there you go. There's my shill. There's my shill for in part why I'm so interested in this stuff. The data fascinates me, guys. And again, trying to get down to the bottom of what makes all this stuff tick and the truth for different size mining operations. It's a big deal for me. So, hey, Red Panda, thanks so much for showing up and asking folks to hit that like button. Really appreciate that. We already called out the hash for Savage hashtag, and just going to do it again while we got Red Panda mining in the house. Hash for Savage, guys. Get it trending across social media. Type it out right here. Hash for Savage down there in the comments section. And guys, get it trending across social media, but you see the links in the description of this video. You can offer your Ethereum hash rate. We're mining over on ethermine. You can also give donations in Aion, in FLUX, in a couple other coins as well, if those matter to you. And several projects already have done so. Aion, I think, has already passed the 45,000 coin mark in terms of raising funds for them. And FLUX, I think, well past the 3,000 FLUX coin mark. We are just seeing so much generosity pouring in from the community, but we're not done yet, and we need your help. Check out the links below, especially at Ethermine. If you got rigs running, point them there this weekend. Even if you can't spare your hash rate for a super long period of time, you can do that for the weekend, guys. Today, tomorrow, through Monday, you can do that. You can be generous. You can turn all your rigs over if you want to, right? It's up to you, but I'm pretty sure you can. If you find it in your heart to do it, it's going to mean a lot to SAVAGEMINE and to his family, and that's why we're doing this, guys. So there's a need there. We're going to fill it, and together we do this together. We do this better, right? So, all right. cost to mine 1 Bitcoin, guys. We're through that. Let me take a quick look at a chart right here, jump out of the way. And am I trying to become a technical analyst? No, I'm just trying to not be totally confused by all the jargon they say. Really, just real talk. I do not want, I do not want for them to keep like confusing me with the smoke and mirrors of like, well, I've got this bullish divergence and on the RSI it goes this way. And, you know, they got a billion lines running across a chart and it's like, what? Huh? I thought so the price is either going to go up in the next hour or it's going to go down in the next hour. Is it rocket science? Does it have to be? I don't know. Anyway, so when you see me looking at charts over here on TradingView, guys, that's why. I'm just trying to make more sense of it. So I'm going to, over time, learn more here. This chart is in large part thanks to CTO Larson, who has a YouTube channel and is an investor, and talked about these two channels right here, ranging sideways between 30,000 to 40,000 on Bitcoin. And when he mentioned it, that it's almost like a head and shoulders underneath other heads and shoulders, I was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, when you zoom out a little bit, it kind of does look like that. And yeah, I mean, again, what is a head and shoulders, guys? It's just some peaks where the sides are a little bit below the middle, right? So it looks almost like a person kind of hunching, like, ooh, head and shoulders. That's all it is. Not super fancy. I thought it was for a while. I was like, oh, head and shoulders. Is it definitely 3 or could it be 4 peaks or is it something else? Or is it, am I missing something? Is shoulders code name for some other like specific movement in the market? And like, nah, it's just like a stick figure, like outline. That's all it is. So womp womp. I failed before, but I'm learning. And we see kind of a weird above this line. It's almost like a giant head from a distance, right? And we see this channel here down below between $30,000 to $40,000 in Bitcoin, where that was kind of the trend for a while. And then it broke out where there was resistance there at $40,000 for a while. You remember that? It was like, oh, we want to go past 40. And nope, we all lost faith. Greed, greed, greed. No, too much fear. I'm afraid. Go back down. And it kind of follows that pattern for a while, right? And again, this breakout where it's like massive velocity. See all those buy orders right there? All that purchase volume right down there, the green candle of volume, said, boop, not today, 40,000. We're blowing right past you. And made it to about 50. And then everyone said, no, that's too much. We don't deserve $50,000 Bitcoin. And it jumped back. And then again, was like, maybe, no, no. And then broke through 50. And we kind of ranged sideways roughly between $50,000 and $60,000 for a while, right? It dipped below 50, yes, but it came back up and then bounced off 50 again, all the way up past 60 and stayed there for a while, right? So these two channels have kind of defined this bull run for a while without making it too complicated, guys. So again, I really appreciate that CTO Larson drew it out like this. It made a lot more sense to me after I saw this. But I'm sticking to it. I'm leaving these lines here to see this channel down below that we're still staying in, right? Technically zooming in, back into today and kind of highlight that. And if I just keep dragging that out across 30, we haven't broken out of this channel yet. It's still kind of holding true. And then same with about, the 40, 41 ish there. I could bring that down below, but we haven't broken through. There you go. Yeah. 40. I'm going to try to keep it there. I'll make it more obvious that we're still kind of in that area. Yeah. So I'm seeing people use, by all means, as you see chump change, feel free to use the /ban command in the comment section for anybody who's been naughty. It totally works. Try it. But guys, this is what I'm seeing on the chart still. And this is me not like actually charting or whatever. It's me just paying attention to a larger scale trend where I correct that one too, bring it down to around 40. Right. So it was rejected at 40. It popped over just a minute, but just once, but then was rejected right there at 40. These are like psychological barriers for people, right? We look at this on these charts and we think, okay, well, $40,000 would be amazing. Can you imagine if Bitcoin were over $40,000? You guys, you remember when we were there and we were nearing 30 and we were like, is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Is it going to break $30,000? Because it hasn't broken 20 in like forever. And it was crazy when it happened, right? These are psychological barriers in the market where people look at it and just kind of think like, how would my life be different, maybe my family's life be different if Bitcoin hits these levels. Lucas in the comment section, welcome. He says, greetings from Switzerland. You, Red Panda Mining, and Son of Attack are doing really great job. Keep on, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And I'm glad you were here to make that comment while Red Panda was here too, so we could see it. But yeah, guys, I'm looking at this chart though and starting to think like, maybe it's not as complicated as I've made it in the past, where I'm like, I don't know. I'm starting to learn about stock to flow and the rainbow chart, so to speak. And people are talking about super cycles. And now I'm just looking at this channel, and that's kind of a narrative that makes sense to me. You tell me in the comments section, does that make sense to you? You see that green channel there where boop, 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 kind of like a, like a, whatever, an old, like playing Pong, right? On old Atari systems. It's just kind of like bouncing back and forth between there. And it's kind of a weird bit of an issue there. And then bouncing back between that same range that we were at the start of this bull run. So some people are calling for like, oh no, if we don't get enough support for some of these prices here, then we've got a real problem, right? There are lower levels that it can go to, 28 and 24 and maybe 28,000, 24,000, maybe even down to like the teens or something. So, I don't know about all that, guys. I really don't. So that's where like there are limits to my technical analysis understanding of this stuff. But I want to learn more, and I'm going to be learning more and trying to share as much as I can with you guys. So it's a bit of a shared journey, right? We kind of learn a bit together and help each other to make more sense of these markets, guys. That's why I wanted to make this mining market signal, so that we could start to understand like, all right, well, we see over time what an investment has done on a paper portfolio for all these coins. If they haven't performed well over time, do we kill our darlings? Do we just like sacrifice those coins, dump the bag? Do you hold it for later on in the cycle? What are the signals that you would use to know whether or not it's going to come back up? Because for some people, it's like, well, it's like whatever, it's voodoo magic, or it just doesn't make any sense at all. If you just say like, well, I mined it early, so I'm definitely going to make money. Maybe not, right? And that's why I returned to the Chia project too, and kind of mentioned that there's a bit of an issue there. So anyway, Cryptid Youth says in the comment section, my not financial advice is that we get another breakout before September. I'm probably wrong, but aren't we all? So Cryptid Youth, I think you and I are fairly aligned there. I think that going into fall or winter, then we see another leg up for this bull run. I don't think that what you see here on the chart, I don't think that this is the end of the story, this channel. I think that we get another opportunity to break out into higher levels, and whether or not it actually happens, right? I think there's going to be an opportunity where we see a test of higher levels, and maybe we get a chance to explore those higher levels, go back into discovery of higher levels of Bitcoin price. And as a result, a lot of the coins that we like, they experience a lift as well. Maybe Bitcoin dominance goes higher, and it pulls some investment capital away from the projects that we favor, the smaller mid cap and small cap projects that we like to mine on our GPUs and some of our older ASICs and stuff. But I still think that, yeah, what you're saying is, in my opinion, again, not advice, but maybe accurate. Maybe. Possibly. I think you've definitely, you're onto something there where we see more upside before the end of this market, but possibly not before there's more downside, right? A lot more pain and suffering. No, don't know for sure. Hey, Crypto Noof, thanks for saying hello down in the comment section, guys. Got the crew here. Really appreciate that. Again, before I close this one out, let me make sure, and Yashnik there as well, let me make sure, guys, that we just go ahead and issue that call to action one last time. You see the links down in the description of this video. You can hash for SAVAGEMINE, right? You can hash for Savage. Use the hashtag #4Savage across Twitter, across all social media. Get it trending. It's already auto-suggested over on Twitter, but get it trending. Keep it trending over the weekend. And if you can divert some hash rate from your mine over to that ethermine address that we're using right now, that's being tended to by a trusted custodian within the GPU mining content creator space. We all know the guy. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to put him at risk. We all know the person who is who's custodying these funds, they are trustworthy and they live not too far away from Savage's family. Can go see them in person and make sure that Savage's wife and closest friends and family can handle the crypto gift that's being given to them. So I've never felt better about any kind of an initiative like this than I do this time. We've seen people in the past, right, where there's like hashing for charity and stuff. This is, I can guarantee you, definitely going to Savage's family, and it's going to make an impact where it really counts. So divert as much hash rate as you can bear. If you want to just do a straight up donation, guys, we've got donation links down below as well, or addresses down below as well, and they're verified accurate directly from the source of the person who's custodying those funds. Or if you just got fiat, you want to do a fiat, there's a GoFundMe too. Be generous. We already hit the goal, I think, on the GoFundMe. We can smash that goal. But guys, that's the end of the show. Really appreciate you being here all the way to the end. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for being subscribed. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face, and I will see you in the next one. Stay private. Mind your biz. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you want to be notified of videos like this in the future, first off, click subscribe, press the bell icon. Additionally, you can sign up for the Mind Your Biz email newsletter. That'll give you exclusive access to certain freebies, notifications for deals within the cryptocurrency mining space, as well as some of our flash sales for merchandise, which you can buy with cryptocurrency. That's right. It's the only cryptocurrency merch that you can buy with cryptocurrency. We practice what we preach. As always, thank you so much for watching. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face, and I will see you in the next one.